Hi everybody, and welcome to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. In this video, you'll find a post from Relationship Advice with an update and OP's conclusions, and one from Malicious Compliance. So if you want to go ahead and get started with the stories, just use the timestamps below the video. I'd also like to give a big shout out to all my supporters and the new members that have been coming in. It makes a huge difference and it really means a lot to me, so thank you very much. Now, let's get started with that first story. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice, and it's from user Bubblicious1. I, 26 female, humiliated myself in front of the guy, 30 male, I am seeing and his family. Need advice on if I can fix this or if I should move on. I, 26 female, have been dating a new guy, 30 male, for 5 months. I like him, and he invited me to his parents' house for the long Memorial Day weekend. Sounded fun. Kinda taking the relationship to the next step. I was excited. So the parents ordered takeout Friday night for everyone, and it's this extremely spicy Indian food. And I'm like, okay, not my first choice, but I'm going to try everything to be gracious. I wake up early Saturday at his parents' house, and I'm like, yeah, that's odd. I feel a bit off, but maybe I just need breakfast. Meanwhile, the guy I'm dating and his father have planned a pre-breakfast run, and the dad is like really laying on the pressure for me to join in the kitchen. Reluctantly, I put on running shorts and whatnot, and head out to the driveway with the two of them. We start running, and after about 15 minutes, I had fallen a bit behind and was realizing something was very not okay in my body. Everyone knows the not okay feeling and accompanying dread I'm talking about. The dad slowed down to shuffle next to me. You okay? Need a break? Whoa, you look really white in the face. At that moment, I looked at him and it hit me that I was truly in a bad situation. We were at least a mile from their house, standing on a fully quaint, tree-lined residential street with no public bathrooms or even woods. And I was not okay. I stopped shuffling. The guy I'm seeing responded to his dad's shout and ran back and put his hand on my back. I was hunched over. All I remember is saying, "Don't effing touch me right now." At a point of no return and unable to fake graciousness in front of this guy's father, "Leave me, fast, just run ahead and I'll meet you back at the house." Did they listen? They did not. They insisted on staying and calling his mom to drive their car to pick us up. I couldn't even speak. I tried to walk towards a tree, but it was too late. I fully crapped in the middle of the road. Not like a cute crap I could hide in my shorts. The kind of unforgivable and unspeakable crap where you have to flush the toilet a few times. A small or maybe large piece of my soul and dignity was left behind on that street a few weekends ago. I fled the weekend trip early after my shower, making up an excuse. I have told the guy since that, I just can't face him in person yet. Someone, please help. If you were dating someone who liked you a lot, but then crapped herself in front of you and your family and fled the scene with a fake excuse, is there anything she could do after to make things okay enough to continue seeing one another? OP, that's just bad luck, I guess. I mean, your body just didn't agree with the food that you ate the night before. It wasn't your fault, it wasn't their fault, it was no one's fault. It just happened, and it sucks, of course, because it's incredibly embarrassing, but it's not like you could do anything about it. It's not like you did it on purpose. I'm sure all of them understand, particularly the guy you're seeing. Sounds like he likes you a lot if he invited you over to his parents' house, which is a big move. If I was in his position, this wouldn't be a deal breaker because I would absolutely understand that it's not like you're an insanitary person on purpose. This thing just happened. That's it. It's an accident. The thing is, OP, crap happens. In your case, it was quite literal, but it's not a deal breaker of any sort. Just talk to him. What do you guys think OP should do? Let me know in the comment section what your advice would be, and now let's move on to the community comments to see what they had to say. Historical Piglet 86 says, "This is a story you may tell your grandchildren one day. Call him, text him, whatever. Tell him you were so embarrassed and didn't know how to handle the situation. This is something you can overcome. And OP responds, we've talked on the phone a few times and texted, and I explained I just feel mortified and need a bit to get myself together before seeing him. But still, ugh. He has sent me sporadic poop emojis throughout the work week, so there's that. Although his parents are absurdly nice. His mother sent me flowers last week with a note. Oh my god, that's uncomfortable to even write. Deleted says, girl, OMG, I'm sorry, but I'm laughing so hard. If this is even real, because it sounds like a scene out of the movie Bridesmaids. There is only one way to face this, and it is head on. You had stomach trouble, it wasn't your fault. If you rocked up there the next time like, yep, it's me, and before you ask, I have not had any takeout today, they'll probably get the cue that it happened and we're moving on. Bonus, they'll probably won't harass you to go running again. And OP responds, I mean, I truly was the woman in Bridesmaids, but it was a guy I'm dating's mother who I had never really met pulling up in a car to give me clothes and hold a towel up around me as I dealt. Not my best friend. Unbelievably terrible. I honestly would prefer to be the Bridesmaids woman. Body Snatch says, honestly, this is less on you and more a test of his character of how to deal with this. It's honestly an embarrassing, but in 5 years kind of funny, how I met your mother situation if he's cool. If he abandons you or is just over you, then honestly, he did you a favor. My boyfriend would never let me live it down because of his sense of humor, but he'd for sure be fine with me. And OP responds, for sure. He has handled it in as good of a way as one could hope for. Felt terrible up front and overly trying to help despite my begging him and his father to please leave the scene. But also when he confirmed I was fine and I had changed clothes and we walked home, no, I did not get into his mother's station wagon. He was crying laughing and said I was going to make him crap his pants too from laughing so hard. Lol, ugh. OP's conclusion. So, the resounding answer was surprisingly yes, I'd still date her. As long as she handled it with a smile and a sense of humor. So I'm taking that advice and crawling out of my shame to see this guy again. Anyone else who crapped in front of their significant other's father should probably do the same. Life is too short to beat yourself up over dating hiccups where you embarrass yourself with something you couldn't control. Don't hole up and drop someone great just because you're embarrassed about a situation in dating. If you feel like you have done something humiliating in your dating and have no hope, please read my story because I can almost guarantee you whatever you did is not as humiliating as this. Well, that's really encouraging. The community gave OP some pretty sound advice, and from what OP tells us, the family was really cool about it. I mean, he was making kinda cute jokes during the week to try to make her feel better, and the mom even sent her flowers. How cool is that, right? And what we get from OP's conclusions is that she understood that this is not a reason to end a relationship that has a future just because you embarrassed yourself. So you just put yourself out there and keep moving forward. So how about we move on with the update to see what OP did and how it worked out. Hey everyone, checking in here with an update to this wonderful sub full of people who talked sense into me earlier this summer. If you don't remember me, I am the one who explosively crapped herself in the middle of a quiet residential street around 8 AM Memorial Day weekend on a run with the guy I had been seeing for 5 months and his father. I holed up in my apartment for a week after and came here out of desperation for advice. I am really going to spare the details here, but my original post is available if anyone cares to dive in. So, I mentioned the last time I posted that the guy and his wonderful mom had continued to reach out to me the week following the incident, after I had made up an excuse and left the trip early. Taking all your advice, I garnered the guts to meet up with him. He came to my apartment and brought dinner and also a bag full of anti-diarrhea over-the-counter meds, Tums, and honestly and most impressively, a new pair of my favorite running shorts in a color I like and the correct size. He gave me a huge hug and said that the whole crap myself thing and then suddenly not having me in his life immediately after made him realize how invested he is in the relationship. I cried. I think I was also laughing, but there were certainly tears. We've been dating since, and I really, really like him. Heart. I even saw his parents again last week when they visited him in the city we both live in. Turns out, his dad did go to therapy. Kidding. I will forever be made fun of by him so long as we stay together, but I'm okay with that. If you ever crap yourself in front of your significant other and their father, please pay attention to how everyone else handles the situation. I was so caught up in my own embarrassment that I almost let a really great person and family go. Thank you again to everyone who helped me get out of my shame. Heart. Well, that's a nice happy ending to this story. Thanks so much, OP, for sharing your experience and your conclusions. I'm sure they'll help somebody at some point if they ever crap themselves in front of the family of the person that they're dating. All kidding aside, OP, truly thank you for sharing, and also all the best to both you and your boyfriend's family, who seem awesome by the way, so good win on that one. Take care, OP. And now we move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance, and it's by user Taito Sandwich. Chef, how long for that order? I was quite new to the hotel and very new to room service when this happened, so the chefs hadn't gotten to know me yet. I was waiting on an order, the only room service order, and the kitchen was not quiet. It wasn't busy, but there were a few orders queued up for the restaurant. I had been waiting for the order for maybe 7 to 8 minutes and had picked up a couple of quick, easy jobs to do while I waited. Not wanting to start anything else in case I didn't have time, I approached the sous chef, Satesh, at the window. "How long for that ordered, chef?" I say, and he responded with, "F off." Something about the way he said it didn't cause me to instantly get pissed off. I was a bit confused and thought maybe he thought I was rushing him, so I asked again differently. "I'm just wondering how long I have before the order is ready." And he goes, "I said F off." Okay, now I'm pissed off. Do you want me to F off? No effing bother, mate. I walked over to the room service station, grabbed the trolley, and went up to the 7th floor in search of dirty room service trays. The building is shaped like a U, and the service elevator is smack dab in the middle of the U, so when checking the floors you need to pick one direction and walk until near the end, as there are little alcoves designed to hide the trays so it looks less dirty, to an extent. So you need to walk one side, double back round to the elevator, and repeat for the other side. There are about 85 to 97 rooms per floor, so it's at least half a kilometer walked per floor. I walked all 6 floors that had rooms on them. Ordinarily, I would grab 4 to 5 trays and pop back down to clear them off, but F that noise. I pile about 10 trays precariously until it looks like Wile E. Coyote's latest attempt to catch Roadrunner and take my Acme trolley back down. I arrive back downstairs a good 30 to 40 minutes later and can hear the echoes of this chef screaming, "Room service! Have the hotel away!" I stroll into the kitchen and walk towards the porter's station to unload dirty dishes, and Satesh finally spots me. "Where the F have you been? I've been calling you for 20 minutes, he says. And I respond, "I went to clear the floors. I asked you how long and you wouldn't answer. I can't stand around all day for one order. I've got other crap to do. If I ask and you tell me 10 minutes, I'll be back in 9. If you tell me 2 minutes, I won't even leave. I'll find something here, but if you tell me to F off, I'll do whatever I deem to be urgent." Satesh doesn't answer. I can see he's not happy, but he's thinking. The moment seems to drag on. Finally, he starts laughing. Didn't expect that. He turns around to the chefs and says, "This is effing ruined. I need a new one straight away." Turns back to me and politely says, 2 minutes. Not to push my luck, I unload the trays at breakneck speed and grab the new tray for this order and move to the window after 90 seconds. The fallout? Satesh is actually a great guy, and we got on like a house on fire after that. He would always tell me how long, and we were actually the most efficient pairing. I have no idea why he was like that at the moment it happened, but he moved past it pretty quickly and was usually in a great mood. He would sing and dance when it was crazy busy to keep himself hyped up on adrenaline, and we had plenty of laughs before I moved on about 8 months later. Wow, OP, all I gotta say, awesome and impressive character that you showed standing up for yourself at that moment against Atesh. That was a really cool move, and you won him over with your character and attitude. That's fantastic, and then you guys made a great team. Congratulations, OP, thanks for sharing your story. And it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I certainly did reading them to you. So if you did, then go ahead and give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become a member of our Discord community that just keeps growing, and it is fantastic. And like I said in the beginning of the video, all of the relevant links are in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. And finally, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys enjoy this content, so thank you once again. And having said all that, I will see you guys in the next video.